So Nathan, we just figured that there is a term that is really important to Harmony Grove in moving forward in our mission. And there's a term called a person of peace. And I wanted to ask if you would just quickly, can you define this for us and who is a person of peace and what does that look like? Because this is a key part now of us moving forward.
So the person of peace is related to Luke 10, where Jesus sends out the 72, and he says, find that person of peace in the communities. And what we've done is we've largely misinterpreted it within context. And today, the concept needs to be very organic to somebody's nature, who they are organically, without trying to change or anything else. And they are the access point of mission for us in communities, with a people group, in the marketplace, in cities. They're our initial point of contact, and there's somebody that has the connections, has the relationships within that community on which we can build missional enterprise.
So this person of peace, what is their responsibility? Things they have to do or be? Because I think people get really concerned when we ask someone to step in and to help us drive some of our mission initiatives. And it's a bit overwhelming, at least in the way that we've understood it. So a person of peace, is that someone who does everything, who leads, who makes sure the rooms get unlocked, who makes sure the snacks get made? I mean, what is the responsibility, or what would we be asking of someone who who believes that they are a person of peace?
Well, I think you're touching on the biggest problem that we've had with missions is, as a Christian community, we've over-asked the 10% that are the most willing. The person of peace is not the visionary, the doer, the setter-upper, the cleaner. They are not everything. The person of peace is that access point. Their real role is in engaging vision within the community that they have access to. So if we make being the person of peace about doing, we've undermined the efficacy or the success that we stand to gain in our missional effort. It has to be something that they're organically drawn to. It's a community or a people group that they're already a part of. And as the person of peace, what we're asking them to do is be the relational bridge for us in our missional effort.
So they're not the entire mission itself. They're just a piece, a part of it, a communicating.
I would say they're a key leadership part, but their driving the mission isn't about doing more.
Okay.
It is about them being who they are in the community they already exist, and like I said, being this relational bridge.
So a person of peace, then, I think it's important for us to know is somebody, and then we can help with this, who has healthy boundaries and who has realistic expectations, and we have realistic expectations about time and what their level of commitment can be. But what we need is someone who kind of thinks a little differently, is connected a little differently, but are passionate about the mission of God's church and what we're doing.
Well, I would even go further and say somebody who's passionate about spiritual engagement instead of the mission of the church. Because if we make this about religiosity, about religion, we've failed. Our culture has changed so much that what we really want today in the person of peace is somebody that thinks way outside the box. We want somebody who says, what does spirituality look like in a whole new way? And is willing to have those conversations not only internally, but externally with different people. And they need to be drawn to those conversations,
naturally,
not pushed into them.
Yeah, right.
So yes, very much an independent thinker, somebody outside the box, outside the existing religious structure.
So we've been talking. Do you think that you are a person of peace? Do you think kind of differently about the world and spirituality? Would you engage the conversation with us? We're not asking you to take on the world and to do everything, but we are asking for your input and your leadership and your ideas.
Yeah, and I think that I have seen that there are persons of peace far more than we think.
Yes.
I can think of several within Harmony Grove here that we're already engaging where they are. So if it's something you're interested in, please understand that we're not asking you to be somewhere you're not. This isn't about challenge.
No.
This is about you being who you are organically and being empowered to have new conversations about faith and restoration and God.
Thank you. I think that clears up this new term that we've been talking about as people of peace, or finding persons of peace within our community.